Okay, I'm going to show you how to create consistent cartoon characters for your storytelling. Go to consistentcharacter.ai. I have tried every single AI tool that is out there, every AI image generator, and by far, consistentcharacter.ai is the best. If you're using this for the first time, you'll be able to start for free. You are able to generate 5 cartoon illustrations for free and try this out. So if you check the pricing page, you'll see what's included in the plan. It's a single basic plan for $29, and you can see how many credits you have, how many illustrations that you can generate, all the features, and in fact there are more features that have been updated recently which are amazing and state of the art. And of course you can use it commercially for any of your creative projects. So let's go ahead and try it for free. So you can either sign up through Google or your email. If you're using this for the first time, your dashboard will be completely empty. All the individual characters we generate will show up over here in the dashboard as we keep creating in the future. And let me show you what I just made. I will walk you through step by step of this process. So I went ahead and I had this idea, the cartoon concept in my mind, and I was just starting to create it. And as you see, I can get a series of cartoon illustrations and I can start telling stories all within the same dashboard like you see over here. A couple of important things before we begin. So there is a demo video in here which is super useful. It's a very short demo video and walks through a simple possibility of how you can start creating consistent characters. Let me skip that. And if you scroll down over here, there is also a highly detailed step-by-step guide. So if you click on this, you will go into a document. It opens in a new tab and there is a clear step-by-step process provided. Additionally, you can see what each of the features can do for you and for your creative ideas. Okay, back to the dashboard now. We are going to start with the first step, that is Prompt Easy. So I click on Prompt Easy. Let me zoom in. There you go. So Prompt Easy is going to help you build a structured prompt based on the character description or the cartoon ideas that you have. So as it says, you simply describe your cartoon character or upload a reference image, which you can do from over here. And this will help you create the ideal prompt. Because a lot of challenges with AI image generation today is about how do you actually prompt your idea to get the high quality output, and this solves that exact problem. Now, one of my favorite ways to use this is to actually use the speech to prompt option over here. You will not find this in any other tool, and I just feel it's so much easier to free flow our thoughts and speak to it and let it do the rest. All right, let's go ahead and try that out. I'm going to click speech to prompt. All right, so it's gonna ask me permission, allow while visiting the site. Create an image of a cartoon character, which is a young boy with dark brown skin. He's wearing black shirt, a black cap. He is also wearing dark glasses and blue jeans and white sneakers. He is in his room full of gadgets and he loves playing with his gadgets. All right, I stopped recording and there you go. So it has captured everything that I said. Create an image of a cartoon character, which is a young boy with dark brown skin. He is wearing a black shirt, a black cap. He's also wearing dark glasses and blue jeans and white sneakers. He is in his room full of gadgets and he loves playing with gadgets. What I love doing is, a pro tip here is to create a front view of the character first, like a full body pose, a front view of the character, so that once I have the character image, then I can make any consistent variations, because the AI needs to know what the full character looks like in all its details and then it does a very good job in making different variations and keeping that consistency. Another pro tip here is to describe only a specific scene. So describe actually your cartoon character and not the entire story. In fact, in here, you want to focus on the cartoon character very clearly and describe the cartoon character very vividly. So now that I have done that, I'm going to click on Enhance Prompt to turn it into a high quality prompt and make it more structured to be able to create a better image. And there you go. So I have this entire prompt. A young boy with dark brown skin it's saying excitedly tinkering with a gadget with focused concentration. Let me zoom out a bit so that you all can see it. All right, and the final part is the background. So what's in the background? It's gonna add a few more details in here. So if you don't want that, you can always hit delete. All right, so we have our structured prompt in here, and the next step is to click on create character. So we are now actually in the character turbo where you start creating the image of your cartoon character. All right, so let me zoom out. And as you see over here, the prompts are all, and a couple of things to note over here. You will again have how to guide, so you can take a detailed look at what's possible. And then there is a prompting guide, which is basically what you should focus on, what you should do, and what you should avoid, and some of the pro tips. Let's zoom in. So to describe one specific moment, for example, girl reading a book in the library. So vividly, visually describe what's happening in that particular scene rather than telling many different scenes or like a story. That's not going to work out well. It's more like a timeline of events, which does not work for creating an image. It's important to start with the front facing character, which is what I will show you right now. And then you can make variations with action editor, expression editor, which we'll also take a look at. Further, it's best to focus on one single character in your prompt. It's not advised to create multiple characters and start creating images, because the AI gets confused and you'll not be able to maintain consistency for multiple characters. So currently, this is very good for creating one single character and then create different action, expression, poses. But there is another way to actually add multiple characters, add two different characters, and then create a scene, which is with multi-character generation. It's best when you can use short visual phrases. So there are some examples over here. So be very vivid and visual in terms of your description and be very specific. This is super important, which is use positive phrasing only. I've seen a lot of people make this mistake, especially when you're using ChatGPT. So you use these kind of negative phrasing. But when you're generating images, it's very important to type in your description what you actually want to see and not what you don't want to see. For example, use words like clean shaven instead of no beard. No beard is a negative phrasing, and that doesn't work really well, and AI does not really recognize the negative context of it. Clear blue sky instead of no clouds. So think of how you write in your description what you want to see and not what you don't want to see. And finally, being very specific and not being very vague in terms of your prompting. For example, a man typing fast on a keyboard gives a much better and specific visual instead of just typing a man hacking the system, which can mean a lot of different things, right? Again, a dog jumping into a pool in slow motion, instead of typing things like, can you make a video or can you make an image of something, and you type your entire story. That's not going to work out. Don't overcomplicate your prompts. Be very specific. Don't describe multiple characters together in a scene. Don't use negative phrasing. You cannot say standing and like sad and smiling, because they are two contradicting emotions, running and sitting and things like that. So be very specific in your words. Like, don't use words like maybe, sort of, a bit like. This is not ChatGPT. It's an image generation, which is very good at keeping character consistency. So you have to give very specific instructions. Okay, back to Character Turbo. The character description is in here. I want to change this one because it's important to create a front facing full body pose of the character. And you're going to type something like full body image with character facing front and looking directly in the front. Another trick over here is please also describe, if you want a full body image, also describe what kind of outfit in terms of what, like pants and what kind of shoes the character is wearing. So this really enforces the image generator to create the entire full body image instead of just describing the face. When if you only describe the face, it's gonna give more significance to showing the entire image in the face. So balance out with additional description of what you actually want to see in the image if you want to see a full body image. I'm just going to leave it at that right now. Last things before generating an image, select a style. So Pixar animation works great every single time, and select the aspect ratio, which is what are the dimensions that you want for the final image. So 3:4 is more vertical image creation, 9:16 is great for Instagram vertical images, and 1:1 is like a square image. So I'm going to hit generate. Okay, there you go. And we have it. It just took a couple of seconds. It's super fast in generating the images. And if you scroll below, you will see the exact prompt that was used, which we provided over here is listed down over here. And we have just created our first image. Now, in case you don't like the image that you generated, or maybe you want to add some more details and you thought something is missing and you want to change the prompt, and if you want to create those new variations, please unselect this fixed character, because when the fixed character is on, it's going to maintain consistency, and see if you don't change any of the description, it's going to give you the same image again. So please make sure, if you want to make new variations or see new cartoon characters, turn off this fixed character and then make any changes, or like just hit generate with the same description to get a new image generated. But for now, I will just use this, and I'm going to leave the fixed character on. Now, the best part for why I love this tool so much is because I can very easily start changing the action, expression, outfit, background, and make multiple variations of this character and start telling a story. So let me show you how to do that. So when you hover over this image, you see these options popping up over here. As you see, I have option to edit expression, action, outfit, and background, right? And that's how simple it is. For example, I can just click on edit action. So that's actually the most common use case, to be able to create the same character in different scenes where he is doing a different action. So let me click on edit action. And as soon as I do that, here on the left side, I see this particular interface, which is basically just the action editor with this original image that is selected. And I'm going to make changes based on this image. And in here, I can type the action, the details of the action that I want to change. So it says change the action to, and I can type the action over here. I'm going to right now just make a simple variation. Let's say change the action to waving hello. And that's it. That's how simple it is. And hit generate. So you have the exact same character waving hello. Everything else has remained the same. So if I scroll down, you will see that this is what I had asked for, which is change the action to waving hello. And if I scroll down, you'll see the original creation over here, right? So every new variation that you create keeps showing up in this particular dashboard, and you can simply scroll through and make changes. Now, the next cool part about this is I can again hover over this generated image and further edit expression, action, outfit, whatever I want over here. Let's say I want to edit the outfit. Let's try that. So click on edit outfit. And as you see, let me zoom out. We have the outfit editor. This is the selected image. So I want to make changes to this. And outfit details, again, the information icon if you want to learn more. Change the outfit to, let's try a blue hoodie and New York Yankees cap. Let's give the cap a color, a blue hoodie and a green or yellow New York NY cap, right? So hit generate. Let's see how that goes. Wow, there you go. That was perfect, right? He does look like a tech guy right now. It captured everything that I wanted perfectly well. And all I had to do was describe in words what I really want to see. It's that simple. There is no other app out there that makes it so simple and easy to be able to create these cartoon characters and start telling a story. And again, I scroll down, you see multiple different things. Let's say I go back to this original image and I click on edit expression. And let's try a different face expression. Let's say he is surprised. And there you go. I have a surprised with a wow expression. So I just had to scroll up and find the latest image. That's awesome. Let's say now I want to use this image and I just want to keep the surprised expression. Oh, I'm using the older image. So let's go back. So I use this image, surprised expression, and showing a thumbs up. Let's try that. There you go. That's awesome. Okay, let's try something else now. So I'm going back to my original image over here and I'll click on edit action and let's try change the action to sitting at the desk and working on his MacBook and hit generate. My goal here is to get the character consistent and now showing him doing different activities. And this way I can start telling a story. So let me scroll up and there you go. So we have the exact same character and now he's working on his MacBook. Let's try another scene. And take a note that I'm always using this front pose, the front full body view of the character, because this way I can create a lot of different variations and the AI can understand all the details of the character. Let's type change the action to he is building a tiny robot in his high-tech garage and hit generate. So I also want to explore the creative side over here. I can get more detailed in terms of my prompt, but I want to see what's possible. Oh, there you go. That's beautiful, right? As you see, all the characters that you do are populated one top of the other over here. So you can easily start imagining what the story will look like. Now I'll show you a couple of other very important things. So if you want to upscale any particular image to generate a higher resolution, you have this upscale option. So you can choose any of the images and click on upscale. That will create a high resolution image, which if you want to print it out, that's gonna work really great. And these are completely free. So most of the other apps charge credits for this, but the upscale option over here, so this image is upscaled. It's also super fast. As you see over here, this is the before, which as you see is a little bit pixelated, and this is the after. So the edges are now very crisp and I can download the image and you will see it's 2K resolution, which is around 2000 pixels, both on the height and the width, and it's amazing for print quality. So you can fix it this way and remove any pixelation and get a very high quality image. The second thing you can do is in any of these images, for example, you can just also click on transparent background. So if you want to add your own background later on, maybe in Canva, maybe in Photoshop, you can click on this transparent background. Let me do it for this higher quality image. And there you go. It's a very clean, nicely cropped image where the background now is transparent. I have not seen this level of wonderful edge detection as you see over here. So it's very nicely detected where the character is and where the background is separated, and it has given me a transparent background. So that's amazing to see. Let me show you another wonderful feature which I absolutely love. So let me go to this image, this one, the original image, and let's change the background. So let me click on edit background, and as usual, it's the entire flow is very simple and straightforward, just like every other editor. So this is now background editor. Okay, let's try something interesting here. Change the background to magical forest at sunrise. Let's try that and hit generate. There you go. That's insanely cool. And something very important to notice is it hasn't just changed the background, it has also made sure the lighting on the character is consistent with the background, right? So as you see over here in the original image, you can see very dramatic shadows. Over here, there is a very strong highlight on the character's skin. But if you see this one, because it's a more diffused lighting in the forest and it's sunrise, the lighting on the skin is also very diffuse. So it has taken care of everything, and you just had to type in what the background should look like. Everything else is done for you. I want to show you one last thing here in the Character Turbo, which is generating text on the image. I'm going to show this to you with this edit outfit. It'll also work like if you want to add text in the background, you can do it with edit background. So there are multiple ways to approach this. So let's change the outfit to black shirt with courage written in bold white text. And if you want to generate any text, write it in quotation marks and mention that this is a text. So as I've written over here, a black shirt with courage in quotation marks written in bold white text, and let's hit generate. And there you go. It's perfectly rendered the text, courage. That's beautiful. Original, next image. Let's upscale it, and it's ready to download, and you can use it as part of your creative project. There you go. Beautiful. Now that I'm done with the series of characters, what I can do is I can go back over here, which takes me back to the Character Turbo interface, and I can click on this pen icon and rename this to the name of the character. So let's say the name of the character is Eric, and I'm going to tap that and click yes. So once that is done, I can go back to the home dashboard. The name of the character is shown over here. So I can come back, sign in at any later point in time, click on it, and I have everything in here, and I can simply get started right from over here. So I can edit background, edit outfit, or start a different variation of the character. I can click on this reuse prompt, and all the details of the prompt that I had used is already filled up over here. I can just start creating and editing actions and doing multiple things. So I can always come back at a later point in time and continue my story from wherever I left. So you never have to start from scratch. Now, you might have the question of what if you already have your cartoon character generated? Maybe you generated it with some other app. Maybe you generated it with Midjourney or with ChatGPT, or maybe you have already an illustration of a character which was done by somebody else, and now you want to create more variations around it. How do you go about that? So for this, you also have a solution, which is when you look at this home tab. Let me zoom in. Over here, when you're on the home dashboard, right now we used Prompt Easy and we used Character Turbo, but you can also use these expression editor, action editor individually. So let's say I click on action editor, and I can actually upload the character that I already have, which I created externally, and do the exact same variation. So let's say I have this initial character that I generated, and I uploaded that image. So, and I can type, change the action to waving hello, and hit generate. And there you go. The only drawback here right now is you are not able to go with the same flow of changing the expression or doing multiple edits step by step. You will have to go back to the home page and use them individually and to make further changes. Maybe this will be solved pretty soon, but for now, if you want to go with the flow step by step from start to finish, it's best to generate the character within the app. So you can use each of the editors that we had seen earlier like this. So expression editor, exactly the same thing. Upload the external cartoon image, type the face expression change that you want, hit generate, and all of them will be populated over here. So any new generations that you do will just show up over here. So you can keep uploading new characters and keep generating the variations. I'm going to do a separate video on multi-character creation, which is where you can upload these individual characters and then create a scene together with these characters. All right, so that's it. We walked through a lot of details in here. And honestly, this is the best app that you can use. Super beginner friendly, as we just saw how you can seamlessly flow from one thing to the other and start telling your stories. Go check out consistentcharacter.ai and you can get started for free. And if you love it and you want to continue, it's just a basic subscription, just one subscription plan of $29 that you can start using, and you can start creating a lot more things. And also you can use all the images that you create commercially with the basic plan.